Scorpio, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for early April 2025. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes in the energy and see what's happening for Scorpio gang in early April. I hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going here. My guide, spirit team, talk to me. What do we got for Scorpio in early April? What energies, messages, insights can we take a little peek at? And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. At the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean into, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Scorpio in early April. What do you got for us here, my guides? Talk to me. What is the vibe? What's the energy for Scorpio, please? Let's get this card out nice and quick. Ask and you shall receive. Now, this is a very amped up type of energy, and I do like it because it's a good card for taking action, making moves. It reminds me of the Chariot, so there's a lot of determination with it. And if you know my readings, you know I love when we start a reading with action, with movement, and that's exactly what this card's doing. So I like it for a whole variety of different reasons. So sometimes it could be a little aggressive, but before we fully dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the April subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. And also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk more in depth about this card, which makes a lot of sense to me, like this very fired up forward movement type of energy, because I've been seeing a ton of fire in the other water signs, specifically this week. So we see this lady, she's going in a certain direction. The ship is going in the same direction. We have these birds, which are the mythological martlet birds that don't have any damn feet. So it's like they're always flying, they're always moving, they're always going somewhere. So when I see all of this stuff combined together and some other symbolism hidden back there, it's like, okay, this is where I'm going, this is what I'm doing. Full steam ahead. So huge card of action, and it just reminds me of the Chariot. Now for some Scorpios, maybe there's something here around distance or travel, taking a trip, maybe you need to get away for a little while. But to me, it's just like, yeah, I'm nothing stopping me. I'm moving. I'm not slowing down at all. Now, just know that when this energy shows up, yeah, it can be a little confrontational. It can be a little aggressive. So just know you might be a little more fired up than you normally are when this card is here, which is great for motivation and getting things done. So just know that within the current time frame, it's like, no, I'm going to strike while the iron's hot. I'm going to get things done. So I feel like that's a really, really good way to start. I mean, unless you're fighting with a bunch of people. But we'll leave it at that. Let's get into tarot. And yeah, I always say the first card here doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get you 3 tarot cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Shuffle it up one time here for Scorpio gang. What do we got? What do we got? And while we get this deck shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading. It was a bit of a doozy. The reading was titled A Serious Warning, and I was seeing some dicey things, either dicey individuals or the energy itself just really was asking for a lot of caution. So whatever it is you were dealing with, whether work situations, people, family, you name it, Spirit was like, oh, just be careful, be cautious here, Scorpio. So, I mean, that energy could bleed over for a couple weeks, but we're going to see what shows up this week. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone, so only take this how it hits for you. Because we could be seeing your vibe or somebody else's, right? Let's get it going. 3 cards here for Scorpio gang to start us off. What is happening in early April for my good friends? What do you got for us here, my gods? All right, 2 of Swords. So we do have this little mystery card here in the front, which could sometimes be a little frustrating. I mean, this isn't like a scary energy for a Scorpio reading, that's for sure. It's just, it's a little unknown. That's what I always think when I see the 2 of Swords. It's like, all right, well, what is this, or how do I deal with this? Let's get a couple more. Let's get a couple more. Thank you. Queen of Cups. That is one of our power cards, my good friends. I like the Queen of Cups here, but she also has an edge to her, especially next to this 2 of Swords. Let's get one more out. See what happens. What's going on here for Scorpio, please? I'm surprised we haven't had a bunch of fire cards coming out. I say it, and then boom, we have the 8 of Wands right next to it. So talk about that action we were seeing with that very first oracle. This card is very, very similar on the back end. All right, so let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, then we'll get into the juicy intuitive stuff. But at first look, first glance, Elementally, it's a nice little mixture. We have some air, we have some water, we have some fire. Now, this could be different areas of life. I mean, it could be different aspects of the same thing. It all really depends on what you're going through. There is a lot of internal energy, which, I mean, is baseline for Scorpio energy, right? The swords, that's the realm of the mind. It's a realm of communication. The cups, the power card, Queen of Cups, that's our internals, how we process emotions and feeling. So there's a lot of internal intensity, but then we have this Eight of Wands, which is making stuff happen. So it's going to be intriguing to see how this all plays out, because these two energies here on the sides are live wires. So let's go through piece by piece and really start to build this out, because just like every Scorpio reading, I'm sure this is going to have many layers. But position number one, we are starting with the Two of Swords. And as you can see, we have this individual. They're on the shoreline. It's nighttime. There's the moon in the sky. They're hoodwinked. They're blindfolded. So this is a huge card of mystery to me. Now, in the classical sense, this card could represent confusion, indecision, secrecy, hidden things of all sorts. But we're not just going to stick to that. I like to put a blanket term of just being very mysterious. So unexpected, surprise, and we're really going to want to clarify this and see what shows up next to it. Whether it's things that are obscured within yourself or somebody else, like there's something hidden and it's like making me want to find out. So just know in this time, there could be certain things going on that push you into investigation mode when I see this, right? And I mean, I just feel like there's something that's making me want to investigate this. So I'm going to try to not get too intuitive with this card. Twos can represent partnerships, choices, being at a crossroads. So hopefully you're not at a confusing time, but I feel like there's something's going to pop up that's going to make you definitely investigate something further. But moving to the middle, we have the Queen of Cups, one of Scorpio's power cards. And remember, this isn't just for females. It's not gendered whatsoever. So this could be male, female, or anything in between. But queens represent the internal aspects of the suit. And the Queen of Cups, cups being the realm of love, the realm of emotion, the realm of feeling, creativity. She's double the energy when it comes to that internal stuff as all the other queens. So like seeing her is like double the feeling, double the emotion. Now, in my simplistic style of reading, this could just tell us something that's coming towards us, the way we might be feeling. So this is going to be an important card as well. But the Queen of Cups is beautiful, creative, empathetic. This is a very caring, nurturing type of card. It could also represent mother figures. The challenge with the Queen of Cups is sometimes she can suppress things too much. So some Scorpios, you might be finding yourself suppressing certain things and feelings a little more so than you normally would when this shows up. And the big thing with the Queen of Cups is if you suppress too much, eventually it's going to come out. It's going to, have an eruption or an explosion of some kind. So we'll see, especially like with the Eight of Wands right next to it. Talk about the eruption of energy. This is where we might be seeing it, because we have the Two of Swords, the confused, and then this Queen of Cups. We end off here with the Eight of Wands, one of the most intense cards in the whole entire deck. Now, the Eight of Wands can connect to communication, to speaking, to talking, right? So it could be a fiery back and forth, a conversation between you and another person. That could possibly be it. But this is a huge action card, and it's going and it's coming in hot, just like that very first card we had in the beginning. It's like, no, this is what's happening. There's no stopping it now. So when we're seeing this possible energy of suppression in the center and this on the back end, we might have another warning this week. I'm not going to say it's for sure. This could just be some sort of conversation, which might be good for some of you. But yeah, with the mystery in the front end, with the Two of Swords, and now this Eight of Wands popping off on the back end, I feel like we're going to have a lot of stuff to look at, because it is feeling a little, I don't want to say it's like tower-like. It's just super intense, the energy I'm picking up. And that is the downside of the Eight of Wands. This energy on the back end is that it could be very unpredictable. It could be very fiery, very explosive. So I want to dive deeper on all of it, Scorpio. Let's do it. Let's jump in and clarify. Okay, let's get a good shuffle here for Scorpio gang, please. What is happening? And yes, my friends, this is where I go intuitive with the message and just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to use your own base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's intuition, and I'm just telling you how it feels to me. Let's go in on that Two of Swords. And yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Scorpio, you can drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. Okay, let's get this going here. What do we got for Scorpio gang? Page of Cups in reverse. I'm not, I mean, it just feels very secretive to me, my friends. Now, this, I'm not judging, I'm not attacking, I'm not saying it's definitely you. It could be somebody else for all I know. But when I see the Two of Swords with the Page of Cups, it's like, yeah, either I don't understand what it is I'm feeling, or I'm never going to speak about it. It's just giving me that kind of energy. Like with the Two of Swords, Page of Cups reversed, it's like my lips are zipped, my lips are sealed. So that energy I was picking up a little earlier about you possibly feeling like you need to go into investigation mode. Scorpio intuition is very keen on stuff like this, whether it's a minor thing, whether it's a major thing. Like you could kind of tell when somebody's withholding something. Same could go for cross watchers. When I see the Two of Swords with the Page of Cups in reverse, it's like, I know there's something you're not telling me, or I know there's something you're withholding. It just feels very secretive. That's what it is. Now, for some Scorpios with the Two of Swords, Page of Cups in reverse, you might be feeling certain things or going through certain experiences, and you're going to keep it to yourself until you figure it out. That could very much be the case. But yeah, when I see the Two of Swords, Page of Cups in reverse, it's like I'm not talking about it. So really, please watch out for the suppression in this time, especially with what we have coming up in the rest of the reading, because it's very possible for you to push it down, push it down, push it down, push it down, and then by the time we get here on the back end, we might have to watch out. So I feel like that's the main message I'm picking up here. Either it's somebody not talking about something, or there's a lot of suppression happening. So there's a little warning already. Let's keep moving over to the Queen of Cups, because maybe she'll process the energy different. It does feel secretive. Hopefully it's not a person. Hopefully it's not another person. But let's see what the Queen of Cups has for you. Let's see what we got. So why is the Queen of Cups here for Scorpio? What's happening? Where's the Queen of Cups in this? Good. Whoa. Okay. Powerful, powerful karmic energy. Okay. So for some Scorpios, you might be either undergoing a very powerful karmic change at this moment, okay, especially with Lady Justice under the Queen of Cups. Either that's the main first thing I'm feeling, because I'm getting like several messages here in the center. If you feel like there is something that is not equal or not fair, that is eventually going to really get a reaction out of you. So whether it's someone's treatment of you, how someone's acting towards you, a situation in general, if you feel like it is not fair, eventually it's going to get a reaction, and you're going to have to address it at some point, because it's like, you know what, it's too unequal. I got to do something about this. But a big thing I'm seeing with the Queen of Cups and Lady Justice, the most powerful karmic card, tells me that for a lot of Scorpios, it's like a powerful karmic transformation or change. Either that, or the situation you're dealing with, there might be lessons to learn. Okay. Now, again, I know Scorpios could be going through a lot of things, a lot of situations, work, career, family, friends, romance, but there could be some very powerful karmic lessons with whatever situation you're dealing with. So we have karmic change, we have karmic situations, but watch out for things that you feel are unfair. So whether it's how someone's treating you or a situation in general, I feel like that might get a very harsh reaction from you at some point, even if it's not right now, even if you're holding back a little bit on the front end, at some point it's going to come bubbling out. So we're going to leave it at that. Big Libra energy there in the center. Let's see what's up with the Eight of Wands. Doesn't necessarily feel bad, but like in the center, it's like, I need to make this right. I'm going to make this right. If it's not equal, it needs to be. Okay. So either that, or you're just going through a very intense time, more so than usual. But let's go in on the Eight of Wands. We'll see what that has, because this is where the action comes in. This is where we have the suppression. This is where we have the balancing. This is where we have the action. So let's see what's up with that Eight of Wands. What's that Eight of Wands here? Okay. Okay. So we have the Empress in reverse underneath this Eight of Wands. And I feel like I've seen something for you in recent weeks too. I mean, this to me, when I see it's absolutely somebody putting across how unhappy they are with something, and it can almost be confrontational. When I see the Empress in reverse, usually the Empress is a very positive card filled with blessings and abundance, and it's sturdy, it's holding firm. When I see it in reverse underneath this Eight of Wands, it's very volatile. It doesn't feel too happy to me. So it's like we do have this progression where it's like, either there's secrecy here, or there's something you can't quite put your finger on, then energy balances, then it gets addressed. So for some Scorpios, whatever situation it is you're dealing with, it might linger until you address the situation, or you address the problem directly. I don't know why that's coming up, but it's like the more direct you address it, the better. at this time, especially with the Empress in reverse. And I believe in being a kind, respectful individual. That's true. But sometimes you do need to take a bit of a harder stance. Sometimes I don't want to say you have to be a mean person, but sometimes you have to address things for what they are. If you hurt some feelings, you hurt some feelings. And again, I'm not telling you to be disrespectful and mean, but if there is something you're dealing with, like, you need to take a direct approach to whatever this situation is, especially with all the karmic ties. So it's just really bizarre how the energy's showing up this week. It's not necessarily bad, but there is an intensity to it, my friends. Let's go through and do a quick recap, then we'll get into the shadow. If you kindly look in the box, position number 1, we're starting here with the 2 of Swords and the Page of Cups in reverse. This is either a very secretive individual, secretive energy where it's like I'm zipping my lips and I will never say a damn thing. Either that, or there could be something that you're just suppressing and pushing down. I'm not going to talk about it, don't want to talk about it, don't want to address it. Total opposite of what we have here on the back end. Moving to the center, we have the Queen of Cups with Lady Justice in the upright. So for some of you, you could be going through some powerful karmic changes, or the situations are karmic situations where there's some lessons to learn. So just do with that what you will. I mean, you might need to do some self-reflection to find out what that is. I also have this energy of someone feeling like they need to make something right. If you're in a situation that doesn't feel balanced, doesn't feel equal, at some point it will be addressed one way or another. Moving to the back end, we have the 8 of Wands with the Empress in reverse. At some point, you might hurt some feelings, or you need to at least put it out there that you're not too pleased with something. Okay, I mean, and I'm all about being respectful and being nice, but you might need to address something directly. Very, very direct. So it's the total opposite of what we have here in the front. I'm not rushing you to do anything like that, but the energy itself, there's just a strong, intense vibe. So for some Scorpios, you might just want to lay low this week. All depends, but please take a screenshot if you want to look into it further. Let's see what's in the shadows. So let's get a good shuffle here for Scorpio gang. What is in the shadows for my good friends here? What do we got? And yes, I always like to pull one of these at the very end, just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge. They could be a good thing. So let's get you one. And yes, if you made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel. I have much love for all my channel members. Okay, let's get this shadow card out here. What do we got for Scorpio in the shadows? What do we got for Scorpio? Thank you. Hanged Man. That is one of our power cards. It's extremely analytical. And I know I've been speaking about like taking a very direct approach, which I do feel there will be a time and a place to take some action, make some moves. But the Hanged Man is doing the opposite of what I was advising in the main part of the reading. The Hanged Man is retracted. It's pulled back. It's very analytical. It's watching something. Very similar to what I was feeling here in the beginning. It's like, no, 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 no. I'm stepping back into the shadows. Now, when I see this card, yes, sometimes it's self-sacrificial. So for some Scorpios, you might just be putting someone else's happiness ahead of your own. I mean, but the main thing I'm picking up here, analyze the situations you're dealing with, but don't get stuck. That's the thing with the Hanged Man. Sometimes it could stay treading water too long and it gets stuck in a certain energy. So I feel like there is a warning here for us in Scorpio gang that we should try our best not to get stuck and tread water for too long. That eventually we're going to have to make some sort of action, make some sort of move. But if you're in an information gathering time period, this isn't a bad thing. But the Hanged Man is a bizarre card like that. It could also represent someone that's analyzing you. So keep that in mind. But we're just going to leave it at that, Scorpio. That's what I have for you this week, my beautiful friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give the details of the April subscriber surprise. If you would like to book a personal reading with me and get a little further insight into your situation, you can check out my digital calendar on my website, mastermetaphysics.com. The April calendar is up, so feel free to go check it out and book. But for the April subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 3 copies, not 2, of one of my favorite decks of all time, the Gilded Tarot Royale. It's a gorgeous deck and it works fantastic. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, it's 2 simple things. As always, my friends, first, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments, if you could pick one tarot card to best describe you, which one would it be? Are you the Empress? Are you the High Priestess? Are you the Emperor, the Moon, the Sun? You put your answer down in the comments, you'll be entered to win. And at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you soon.